No one saw this coming. Not like this. Not so quickly. And certainly not so explosively. A single preseason game was enough to transform the atmosphere in the Raiders locker room. An unexpected performance, worthy of a movie script, and now the clock may be ticking for one of the boldest decisions of the past decade. What was supposed to be just another lukewarm preseason game against the Seattle Seahawks has become the talk of the radio, TV, and most importantly, the heated conversations of Rider Nation. And with a detail that adds spice to the story, this turnaround could prove costly for a player who, until recently, was seen as the future of the franchise. It all started when rookie Cam Miller took the field. His mission, simple. Get a feel for the NFL. Execute a few moves. Learn from the moment and return to the bench. But what happened was exactly the opposite. Miller stole the show. In just a few minutes, he turned the game into a spectacle, playing with the coolness of a veteran and the energy of someone who knows he has a unique opportunity to change the course of his own career. The crowd in Seattle roared. Raiders fans were glued to their screens, and the analysts, well, they managed to rip up the original script and rewrite the depth projections for the most important position in American football. And then, almost immediately, the buzz began. Aiden O'Connell might be leaving. It was no longer just a distant rumor, it was a serious matter, repeated by insiders, close sources, and specialized journalists. Now, according to international reports, this possibility is no longer mere speculation. There is in fact a very real chance that O'Connell will be traded before the official start of the season. The curious thing is that all of this stemmed from an opportunity that, in theory, was perfect for O'Connell. Entering his third year in the NFL, he had before him an ideal stage to establish himself as Geno Smith's immediate backup. On paper, his numbers aren't tragic. 18 completions in 30 attempts, 205 yards, 1 touchdown, and no sacks. But what the statistics don't capture is the weight of 2 fatal interceptions, which handed the Seahawks points on a silver platter and undermined any sense of confidence the game might have had. And here's the stark reality. O'Connell is about to turn 27, carries a career pass rating of 85.1, and a 7-10 record as a starter. The QB of the future glow that once surrounded him is quickly fading. Meanwhile, on the other side, Miller, just 24 years old, a 6th-round pick, zero pressure, and a giant dream, entered the final stretch of the game and made history in miniature. 6 completions in 7 attempts, 76 yards, 1 touchdown, and the lead in a game that only failed to win thanks to a blocked field goal by Daniel Carlson. And it wasn't just the results, it was the form. Mobility, accuracy, quick reads, and confidence. He fit naturally into Chip Kelly's scheme, something O'Connell, with less explosiveness and limited arm strength, failed to demonstrate. Bleacher Report's Mo Moton stated, "Don't be surprised if the Raiders keep putting O'Connell on the field this preseason. Not to keep him, but to increase his trade value." And that's precisely the crux of this story. It's not just a battle for who holds the clipboard on Sunday. It's a roster strategy, it's a chess game off the field. If Miller continues to impress, Las Vegas could seize the moment to sell O'Connell to a desperate need for a reliable backup quarterback, receiving valuable draft picks in return. And in the midst of all this, another character emerges who changes the weight of this story. Pete Carroll, the coach who replaced the Raiders this year, has a clear objective: win now. And if it becomes necessary to cut ties, change players, and make unpopular decisions, he won't hesitate. After all, he was the one who brought in Geno Smith to lead the offense. And Geno's arrival, that's where the quarterback drama takes on a new layer. In just one preseason game, Pete Carroll's presence in Las Vegas has already made an impact, not just on the field, but in the hearts of Raider Nation. The coach, who spent years transforming the Seahawks into a powerhouse, returned to Seattle for the first time since his departure, but this time from the visitors' tunnel at Lumen Field. During a live broadcast with Seahawks Radio Network host Steve Rabel, Carroll unexpectedly joined the audience, joking, "I don't want to ruin your show. I just wanted to ruin your show." But behind the smiles and nostalgia, Carroll's focus was sharp. He had one goal for that first preseason game: to make the most of the pregame preparation and execution. The starters saw little action as planned, but Carroll hinted that in the next game they will play hard. The heat of his return to Seattle didn't distract him from the challenges that awaited him. Carroll was quick to point out that the Raiders have room for improvement across the board. He specifically highlighted the need to test offensive lineman Jordan Meredith against the noise and silent counts, praising his poise but making it clear that the roster spot isn't yet defined. Carroll knows the road to the postseason begins now, and that means addressing weaknesses before they become regular season disasters. And if you think this is just preseason nonsense, you're mistaken. The next set of observations from that Seattle game showed both promise and peril, and some of them could define the Raiders' 2025 campaign. Cam Miller not only survived his NFL debut, he thrived. His ability to make defenders hesitate with his legs, coupled with a precise touch on passes, makes him an intriguing fit in Kelly's system. O'Connell, on the other hand, seemed stagnant, and unless something changes, the QB2 position could slip away. Second, the defensive tackle department needs improvement. Carroll admitted the team hadn't practiced full-contact tackles, but against Seattle, that lack of physicality was evident. The Seahawks overwhelmed the Raiders' defense, and in the AFC West, a division rife with strong running attacks, that's a recipe for trouble. Third, Jamal Adams' return was a pleasant surprise. Now playing linebacker instead of safety, Adams demonstrated speed, strength, and coverage skills that could make him a valuable asset in Carroll's scheme. Fourth, Geno Smith's leadership is already paying off. His confidence, built over a winding 9-year career, is contagious in the locker room. Smith has showcased the Raiders' mentality, and it's clear his teammates are following suit. Ultimately, the Raiders need to strengthen quickly. The AFC West won't wait for them to recover, and Carroll knows it. The second-half adjustments in Seattle, including a big stop on Jalen Milroe, proved the talent and coaching staff are there. Now it's a matter of consistency. The upcoming preseason games will tell us more about Miller, about O'Connell's future, and about whether Carroll's vision for this season can transform a 4-13 disappointment into a playoff contender. And if rumors of a quarterback change come to fruition, Raider Nation could be in for a major shakeup before the season even starts. Was Cam Miller's explosive performance just a fluke, or was it enough to put Aiden O'Connell on the trade list and force Pete Carroll to make one of the riskiest decisions of the season? Leave your opinion here. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, but I'll be back later to update you with the latest news from the Raiders.